In the tranquil county of Hertfordshire, southern England, with its picturesque landscapes and affluent neighborhoods, lurks a criminal undercurrent that few dare to acknowledge. By the early 2000s, the county found itself at the center of an escalating turf war marked by organized crime, drug trafficking, and violent power struggles. Amid this chaos, gyms weren't merely places for fitness, but acted as covert social hubs for these criminal dealings. It was within this intense gym culture that a notorious figure emerged: David King, infamously dubbed as Rolex Dave. David King was not just another name in the local criminal underworld, he embodied both fear and envy. A bodybuilder of intimidating physique and a man of ostentatious tastes, King flaunted his wealth through his prized collection of luxury Rolex watches. But his influence didn't end there. His iron-fisted control over Hertfordshire's drug trade solidified his reputation, making him a target for rivals and law enforcement alike. But as his empire expanded, so did his list of enemies, chief among them Roger Vincent and David Smith, two notorious figures within the criminal circuit. Their ambition, animosity, and meticulous planning set the stage for a deadly confrontation that would send shockwaves through Hertfordshire's underworld. The emergence of rivalries. David Rolex Dave. King's rise in the criminal underworld was characterized by a dangerous combination of wealth, power, and intimidation. His dominance in Hertfordshire's gym culture wasn't merely about physical prowess, but a strategic move to expand and reinforce his control over the lucrative drug trade. King's flashy displays of wealth, particularly his love for expensive Rolexes, earned him his nickname and further fueled envy and resentment. Among his fiercest competitors was Roger Vincent, a hardened debt collector with a well-established reputation for ruthless enforcement. Vincent harbored a personal vendetta against King, viewing him as a significant threat to his own criminal enterprise. The escalating tension between these two figures transformed from simmering resentment into open hostility. Roger Vincent, accompanied by his close associate David Smith, formulated a plan to eliminate King and claim his territory. Their rivalry wasn't merely about financial gain, it was about power, retribution, and asserting dominance within the criminal hierarchy, orchestrating the hit. In the weeks leading up to the fatal confrontation, Roger Vincent and David Smith embarked on a meticulous campaign to gather intelligence on King's movements and routines. They recognized that eliminating such a formidable adversary would require both careful planning and audacious execution. Their strategy was cold and calculated. They acquired a Kalashnikov AK-47, a powerful weapon capable of piercing body armor, underscoring their ruthless determination. The preparations were comprehensive. Vincent and Smith secured stolen getaway vehicles, including a white transit van and a stolen Mercedes, ensuring a quick escape. They also obtained a red sports bag to conceal the assault rifle, planning to discard it afterward to eliminate any evidence. Their detailed strategy involved covert surveillance, frequent communication, and careful rehearsal, all with one goal in mind: to catch King off guard and deliver a message that no one was untouchable. The brutal assassination of David Rolex Dave King. On October 3, 2003, the plan set into motion with chilling precision. Vincent and Smith knew that King's routine gym visit to Physical Limits Gym in Brewery Road, Hoddesdon, presented the perfect opportunity. Despite King's efforts to protect himself, including wearing a bulletproof vest and employing a bodyguard, Ian Crocker, his adversaries were relentless. As King exited the gym that fateful day, the white transit van parked nearby sprang to life. Roger Vincent, seated in the passenger seat, gripped the AK-47, ready to strike. In a matter of seconds, calm turned to chaos. Vincent unleashed a barrage of bullets, the armor-piercing rounds finding their mark with lethal accuracy. King was struck multiple times in the chest, arm, and leg, the close-range shots inflicting catastrophic damage. His once imposing body crumpled to the ground, lifeless. The bulletproof vest, a final symbol of his invincibility, was rendered useless against the onslaught. Crocker, too, was caught in the crossfire, sustaining severe injuries but miraculously surviving the assault. As the van sped away, the acrid stench of gunpowder hung heavy in the air, and the gym's walls bore the gruesome marks of the violent act. The aftermath left the local community in shock and fear as the reality of King's murder set in. The scene was a chilling reminder of the ruthlessness that permeated Hertfordshire's underworld. The fallout and the police investigation. The assassination of David King wasn't merely an act of violence, it was a calculated power play that sent shockwaves through the region. The brutality of the attack caught the attention of both the local and national media, turning the murder into a sensational headline. Within the criminal underworld, King's death was both a warning and an opportunity, leaving a power vacuum that rival gangs were quick to exploit. Hertfordshire police responded swiftly, launching an intensive investigation into King's murder. Forensic teams meticulously combed the crime scene, collecting shell casings and analyzing blood spatter patterns to reconstruct the shooting. The discovery of a burnt-out white transit van and a discarded AK-47 in Norfolk Broads provided critical leads. The discarded weapon, hidden within a red sports bag, contained key pieces of evidence including DNA traces and palm prints that linked both Vincent and Smith to the crime. Detectives further analyzed CCTV footage, mobile phone records, and eyewitness testimonies, building an airtight case against the two suspects, bringing the killers to justice. Under interrogation, Roger Vincent and David Smith initially denied any involvement. But the overwhelming forensic evidence, including DNA on the ammunition clip and surveillance data, left little room for doubt. Informants within the criminal community corroborated the police's findings, revealing the premeditated nature of the hit. The trial at Luton Crown Court was a high-profile affair, with the prosecution laying out a detailed account of the events leading up to the murder. Expert testimonies confirmed the forensic evidence, and the jury, after weeks of deliberation, returned with a guilty verdict. Judge Michael Baker QC handed down life sentences to both Vincent and Smith. Vincent, identified as the mastermind, received a minimum term of 30 years, while Smith, the driver and Vincent's trusted lieutenant, was sentenced to a minimum of 25 years. The murder of David "Rolex Dave" King remains one of Hertfordshire's most notorious gangland hits. His death wasn't merely the fall of a criminal figure, it was a stark illustration of the violent and unpredictable world of organized crime. The assassination was more than just a calculated move to seize power. It was a clear statement of the ruthless lengths to which criminals would go to secure their dominance. Roger Vincent and David Smith's meticulously planned hit on King has become a legendary tale within the criminal circles of Hertfordshire. It serves as a grim reminder of the dangers that lurk beneath the surface of seemingly tranquil communities. In the end, King's tale is a cautionary story of ambition, power, and the consequences of living in a world where violence reigns supreme. His flashy lifestyle and unchecked control over the drug trade made him a target, and his brutal assassination highlights the ever-present threat of retribution in the underworld. This chilling saga is not just a tale of one man's rise and fall, but a stark illustration of the deadly stakes that come with playing the game of power and revenge in the world of organized crime. Until the next episode, stay alert and stay safe.